Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I'm your host, Tina. Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing your upcoming weekly tarot. This one is for February 15th to the 21st. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you have a great week. Let's see what's happening for you. Now, if you're new, the way I like to do these is I'm going to pull a first layer. This will give us a general idea of the energies that are happening for you. And we'll go in and clarify by pulling a second layer. I pre-shuffle, but I like to shuffle here with you on camera as well. We're going to take a look at your recent past, definitely the current situation and energies you're facing and navigating, as well as the near future, what is coming towards you. All right, Capricorn, February 15th to the 21st. We're going to stop here. Three of Wands is at the bottom, stepping out your comfort zone, putting plans into action. Wow, we already have three major arcana. All right, three major arcana. Yeah, I feel like you're stepping into some unknown territory for you. Recent past is the Ace of Cups, and the overall energy is a Knight of Cups. I feel like there's something in your heart here that, like, Ace of Cups is like beautiful. It's one of my favorite minors, but this one speaks of like emotions and creativity flowing, opening your heart, letting it flow, right? It's a card of self-love, deep self-love, loving yourself, you know. And if you've been putting somebody before you, this is saying, you know what, I matter too. Knight of Cups is the overall energy. I just feel like you're making progress now. Whatever this was in your heart that has come open, that has come to life, whatever this new beginning is, I feel like the overall energy now is making progress on it. Making progress. The situation is the Emperor. The Emperor is like a card of like discipline and authority, right? And structure. It's creating the structure in your life through discipline. So it's like a time to like kind of get serious, right? That's the Emperor. It's time to get serious. And if you need, for some of you, like if you need strong boundaries, it's setting those boundaries up, setting the foundations up as well. But there's like there's a seriousness to it, right? Like he's an authority figure. Look at him, he's dressed in armor, ready for battle. You know, the Emperor is not a king with a kingdom. He rules kings with kingdoms in his empire, and he does that by having discipline, by having law and order, repercussions for consequences, right? Structure. That's how you dominate things, right? Is by having a strong foundation, and you build a structure through discipline, through authority. And that's the situation this week. In the challenge position, we have the Page of Swords here. I don't know, maybe there's something you got to learn and it will help you build this, right? All pages are students here. It's about learning. It's about discovering some information here. If there's a fogginess, there's something you can learn and discover if you're open to it that will help clear the air for you. Where your mind is at and what you're focused on, we have the High Priestess. Some serious intuition right now. It's like listening to your inner voice. I feel like, yeah, even with the Ace of Cups being in the recent past, like I said, it's deep self-love, letting something flow within you, right? It could be a new beginning for some heart's desire, or it's just a new way for you to kind of deal with things, Capricorn. But the High Priestess, you know, it's a card about not taking action because you're using your intuition. I feel like you can be getting a lot of insights into some situation. Like, I don't know, just like things are coming to you that you hadn't considered before, you hadn't seen before with the High Priestess. But it's you listening to your inner voice, listening to that higher self right now. Your approach is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very committed, very dedicated. It's literally a card of marriage. But he's also a leader, the Hierophant, right? And so, but there's also a sense of like being traditional in your approach. And the Hierophant can also represent sometimes conforming, right? Conforming to the group, right? Conforming to the status quo, to whatever belonging you are within a group, right? Which is part of your identity. It could be a school, it could be a culture, right? It could be a corporation. But there is a very deeply committed energy from you with the Hierophant. And I feel like you're taking the lead, especially with the Emperor being in the situation, the Hierophant, he's a spiritual leader. Like literally, there's accolades right below him. So there's a deep sense of you taking the lead here. And it could feel more traditional. It could definitely feel more traditional. In your environment, we got the Seven of Pentacles. You're reevaluating things. Like, where do you keep investing, basically? And I just feel like you're looking at certain areas and you're like, that's where these hard boundaries might be coming in. Because you're like, you know, there's some things you poured a lot of energy into and they're just like no return on investment, basically. Or I don't want to say no return. You're frustrated with some slow results. At the very least, there's something here that you're frustrated with. You're like, I should have already reached this point. Why am I here? You know, if that makes sense. It's that kind of energy. And there's nothing more you could have done. Like, you gave it all of your time, your energy, every resource that's within you. You've given it. And like, you know, you've been laborious. And now you're like, where's the fruits of my labor? Coming towards you is the Eight of Cups. Walking away from some situation. You know, I'm trying to remind people that the Eight of Cups is not really burning a bridge, but it is walking away because you have to. Because some situation here now just feels like something's missing. And it obviously is at this point, and you just can't force it. You've been fighting and you've been fighting and you've been investing and you've been working, again, laboriously. Whether that labor means energy, it doesn't matter. You've given a lot of yourself to a situation. But at this point, just like these cups are stacked, there's something obviously missing here, right? It's not feeling fulfilling. You're not feeling happy with the way it is. All right, let's go ahead and clarify these energies, Capricorn. Let's see what's happening for you. But I just feel like you're really stepping into this like role of like taking the lead, being an authority, and you're only like listening to your higher self, the voice within. All right, let's see. Ten of Pentacles is here. Yeah, you got long term on your mind. Where do you keep investing that energy? Like, maybe some of you really do want to build your empire. Wow. Yeah. Some chapter here has closed. Recent past, we have the World paired with the Ace of Cups. The World speaks of like chapters closing. It's the last card in the entire tarot deck of the Fool's Journey. Yeah, and maybe you have something in your heart, in your heart's desire, that there could be a deep sense of achievement for you, Capricorn. Just because as I look across the middle, we have two cards that really talk about longevity and the big picture. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the World. So there could really be a sense of achievement. What do you leave behind? What is your legacy, right? And it doesn't have to be a business. It could be the family, right? It could be your health. It just, you know, the wisdom you pass on. It, you know, it doesn't matter. But there is an idea of achievement here, of a chapter closing here as well. And it hurts. It does hurt. The World, though, is here to say, I just feel like, you know, you have to love yourself. And I think you know that here at this point. You're opening your heart. I think you're trying to show up with your heart in a new way. But there is a heart's desire here that has become obvious to you in the recent past. And with the World, again, it's also like a spiritual graduation day, right? The reason chapters close is because you've grown as much as you can grow under those current circumstances, right? You've learned the lessons you needed to learn. You've overcome the challenges you needed to overcome. You know, it could have changed you, and that's where the growth comes in. Current situation, we have the Emperor with the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you're ready to build that empire. The Ten of Pentacles is a long-term energy. Yes, it's a card about family. Yes, it's a card about wealth. Those things can mean different things for each of us. Family doesn't have to be blood kin. Wealth doesn't have to be money. It could be your physical health. It could be the health of your relationships, you know. But the Ten of Pentacles is a card saying you're setting the structure, and you have the discipline to do so. The Ten of Pentacles, clarifying that, is to say it's about all of your investments paying off. So where you can invest your energy, into what relationship, into what business, into what daily routine are you investing this energy? And now you're really thinking of the big picture here. You're really thinking of the big picture. In the challenge position, clarifying the Page of Swords, we get the Six of Pentacles. I just feel like something was really out of balance. Even if it feels part relationship and it feels part business in some senses, but there was a sense of imbalance here. It was not equal give and take, right? If it's in a relationship, somebody wasn't meeting you halfway. If it's financially, your expenses and your income was not in balance, right? And so that's been a challenge here. And that's why you're stepping into that Emperor authoritative energy. You're like, I'm not about to be vulnerable anymore. No way. I'm going to set up the structure, and I got the discipline to do so. On your mind, we got the High Priestess and the Lovers. That's why you're going within. That's why you're listening to the inner voice here, Capricorn. The Lovers is a crossroads. It's about following your heart here. You know, you were on one path, and then the Lovers comes up, and it just, you know, it's this big decision that puts you on a whole different path. And it's a big decision. It could be questioning your personal beliefs. And that's why you're tapping into the energy of the High Priestess, which, you know, good on you. It's great energy to tap into when you have such a big decision you need to make. But it's about following your heart, and it's just, you're at a crossroads right now. And I don't think you are. Like, I think you know what's coming, to be honest, especially with the High Priestess being present. That intuition is sharp. You're getting insights, you're getting downloads, and you're getting like spiritual clarity. With your approach, we have the Hierophant and the everything is fine. Feeling down, right? You could feel, I don't know, for some of you, yeah, you could feel backstabbed, right? Betrayed, for some of you. And betrayal wears many different faces. But with the Hierophant, I feel like you're still taking the spiritual lead within yourself, and you're committed. You're very committed. There's something here about you wanting to really pick yourself back up. Picking yourself back up. That's what you're committed to. Not pretending everything's okay when it's not anymore. This is you committed to picking yourself back up. In your environment, yeah, we have that Seven of Pentacles, looking at the long term, asking yourself, do you keep investing in a certain situation? Clarifying that, we got the Seven of Swords. Sevens are challenging situations in tarot, right? Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. These are all challenging situations. Strategy here. You're really thinking, do you cut your losses with a certain situation that you have invested a lot into? Is really what it feels like. And you're being honest with yourself. You're really being honest with yourself. You're like, I might have to cut my losses here. Yeah, I've invested a lot and there's nothing I could do about it. And it's kind of time to move on and get out of a situation here. Coming towards you, clarifying the Eight of Cups was the Five of Cups. It's going to feel like a personal loss. It is. And it is. Again, with the Eight of Cups, we're not burning bridges. But there is a separation, no doubt. It is something that you can go back to in the future if you choose. With the Five of Cups, and I say that also because paired with the Five of Cups, there is definitely an emotional loss here and a sadness here. Something truly did not turn out the way you'd hoped. The way you planned it, the way you pictured it, right? But just like I said, you can return to the situation in the future if you choose to. Like this Five of Cups, yeah, 3 cups have spilt over, so there's a real loss here. There's no doubt about that. There's a sadness here with it. But if you turn around, you'd see there's still 2 good cups to work with. And what that kind of indicates is that all hope is not lost in the situation. All hope is not lost. So it's something that, yeah, I feel a separation, no doubt. But again, I think it's something that you can circle back to. Overall energy, clarifying the Knight of Cups, we got the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're really connecting to your spiritual side this week, Capricorn. Because with the High Priestess, with the Hierophant, and the Queen of Wands just dominating this top row, right? Like, I feel like you're super connected. Like, I'm feeling like the third eye chakra, the crown chakra. And I just feel like, just like the Queen of Wands has this black cat, it's to indicate that she's really connected to her shadow self, right? So she's really connected spiritually to herself. And that's really what I feel like is happening. And that's what's kind of navigating your decisions this week. But yeah, you're stepping in and you're ready to create the structure. for what matters. You're really thinking about the big picture, but you're guided spiritually, very spiritual this week. All right, Capricorn, I am going to leave it there for you. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If anything does resonate, like and subscribe. Thank you for letting me tune into your energies. I'll see you all next week.